between Chockets and in between Chocolates here for another video review. This time on the Thorntons Pearls Salted Caramel Sensation. Yes, there's two of these in the range, in the Thorntons Pearl range. Which one's the others? Here they are. It's Hazelnut Delight. Yes, I think this one sounds a bit more interesting, but I'm quite intrigued by this one because I think it's got biscuity pieces in. So yeah, but I think it says on the back. So anyway, come to us later. We're reviewing these for now. So they look very interesting. They're individually wrapped. You can see here it says at the bottom, smooth milk chocolate with a gooey salted caramel centre, and you can see individually wrapped there. It does kind of show that on the back as well. I think they do look pretty interesting, really. I think Thorntons, they used to be quite sort of upmarket chocolates, but they're not quite that anymore. I feel like they've still got a bit of a reputation. Maybe people my age and older, basically, I think. But I think the younger crowd these days, it's more Hotel Chocolat and other things, isn't it? That's the kind of the sort of, I don't know, prestigious chocolate, I think. I don't know what the teenagers these days think. What they're called? What are they called? Generation, I don't know, A probably. It's probably started again, hasn't it? I have no idea. Whoever they are, let me know in the comments what chocolate they like and think is really expensive. But there we go. So this is what we're up against. It looks pretty good. You can clearly see, there's caramel and there's salt there. I was just saying, I just reviewed these salted caramel intrigues from Nestle under the Quality Street brand. You can see there, and there is a bit of salt on top of that caramel, but not too much. You could just think it was just crumbs of caramel, really, or flakes of caramel. This one clearly has salt there. Not too bad. All right. So yeah, but one thing I've noticed actually, well, go on, is it's this false bottom here. Look at this. There's false bottom, and then there's kind of a false top. I mean, it looks nice, but it's kind of a bit of a trick, isn't it? So really, the product is not really anywhere near as tall as you'd think it would be. It's quite hard to measure. I mean, this goes about 2 centimeters there. So if you measure it from here and then plus 2 centimeters up to probably where the text, the bottom of the text there is probably. So if it's, it's a lot smaller. Let me just remove the bottom part. Just bear in mind the top. If you imagine that was just a square shape, it's a lot smaller contents than you think. And then they're individually wrapped as well, which is going to take up more space because the wrapper will have dead space in it and will, so really, I don't know, it's a tricky one. So you can see here, for instance, this Quality Intrigue one, the box is a lot smaller, but you can see the Quality Street Intrigue one is 200 grams, whereas this one's 167. So you know what I mean. So yeah, when you think of it that way, I mean, you can clearly see this one's probably the right size packaging for what this should be if it wasn't for all the fakeness of it. So there we go. So there we are. Alright, well, speaking of the balance, let's have a look. What's it say? So we've got Thorntons Pearls. Backed by a century of British chocolate making expertise, each bite into a Thorntons Pearl reveals a delightful centre of taste and texture. Break through the milk chocolate shell to discover a wonderfully gooey caramel filling, balanced with a hint of sea salt. Perfect for sharing. Make time together even more delightful. The way they sort of like try and make them. You always say sharing now, don't you, on all these products? So basically, so you don't sort of promote a bit more healthy eating, so you're not eating them all at once. But yeah. They always say it's sharing pack or sharing bar or something like that. Milk chocolates with a salted caramel 47% centre. Our chocolate is made with 100% cocoa butter. Milk chocolate tastes cocoa slice 30% minimum, milk slice 20% minimum. So I've still not quite got a handle on what's really, I don't know, what the milk solids and things like this are in there. Milk chocolate makes it more milky than what I like. I've still not quite worked it out yet. I keep sort of forgetting to make a note or register it properly. Maybe next time I see like a Ritter Sport, really one of those. I think they tend to be quite milky and creamy, or a Belgian chocolate, so I'll perhaps try and make a mental note of it then. Okay, anything of interest on here? I can't see any palm oil, I don't think. Oh no, there we go, vegetable fat palm. There we go, yeah, it is there. Anything else of interest? Nutrition information per 100 grams, 490 calories. So most chocolate bars have between 500 and 550, so not too bad, at least on that scale. 26 grams of fat, 17 of which are saturates. Or social media stuff, get in touch, this and the other. It's actually made by Thorntons rather than like some of the sort of other Thorntons products. I think I did have one to hand. Yeah, some of the other Thorntons products, like these mint squares, for instance, are actually not made by Thorntons as such, made by Light Body Ventures. There you go, Light Body Ventures there, you see, which I think is a subsidiary of Finsbury. So they're basically not really made by Thorntons, but these ones, I'll say, actually does seem to say Thorntons on it. So UK Thorntons Park, there we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, well, if we could give these an open and check to see how much actually is in these. Yeah, let's do it. let's give them an open. Okay, I'm going to give these Thorntons Pearls Salted Caramel Sensation chocolates an open. Just notice what it kind of reminds me of that character from Naruto. Yeah, you know, this sort of like this top here. I'll probably put, maybe in a bit I'll probably put a caption on, but yeah, interesting. But there we go. Alright, so let's give these an open. They look quite interesting, don't they? But so we've seen the sort of false bottom here. Don't you open these actually? You open up on the top maybe. Seems to be like a nubbin at the bottom here and some kind of meant to dispense from the bottom maybe. Not too sure, there might be a way of dispensing them at the bottom. You see that fold there? I think that's just perhaps. I think the top's probably the best way to go, so let's do it. Well, it's the time recording. I've done about, what's it, 920 reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right hand corner, I put a link to a place of all my reviews. There's also some related ones, such as Thorntons ones, Salted Caramel ones, things like this. So after you watch this one, go check those out. Hopefully enjoy those too. There you go, you can see quite a fall to the top. Let's see what the corner we've got. Okay, there you go, so empty at the bottom, you can see that false bottom there. It's rubbish packaging from the inside. Half me to show you, I'm sorry about this, but you can see it kind of flops about a bit at the bottom. Anyway, well, don't really matter. I think that's just me being a bit fussy. Alright, let's it's feeling quite solid. You can hear that. So many we've got of these. So the intrigues we had about 20 to 21 in a pack. And we've got to these ones. So it's got quite a few. Really well. It's got 19 I think is how many we've got. 5, 10, 15, 19. Not too bad. So the intrigues we did have 20 and 21. So only got a couple less. Even though the weight difference is a bit more, you know, yeah, obviously these are probably smaller, the camel's just lighter than one of those. Let's move these out of the way. Alright, let's give one open then. But you see the box looks quite nice. It's got a bit more, yeah, a bit more interesting than the front of the box with these little brown bits on the side. But alright. Okay, let's give one of these an open and see what we're up against. We can see I think it'll be a lot smaller. Actually. Yes, like a spherical, well, globe sphere with a little nubbin to stand up, which is, I don't know if it's purposeful or not, but there we go. So you can just see though how much smaller, you know, than the actual packet they are. This is the one I opened. You know what I mean? So yeah. Well, let's give it a bit of a measure then. We've got the old calipers. There we go. Let's just see. And with the nubbin at the bottom, 2.5 centimetres. The width at the centre, so we can get it right on the line. 2.4, so that's about 1 millimetre nubbin at the bottom, which I would expect. Okay, let's give this a chop in half, 6 up against. Should be nice liquid caramel. I'll show you up close first so you can see what we're up against. There you go, so yeah, just a sphere of chocolate basically. Alright, maybe I should try and chop it down the middle where it's been joined artificially. I think it's been joined basically and then filled at the top here, so actually I don't expect it to be half full. I expect there to be a gap at the top here, if anything. So yeah, maybe I'll chop it down this bit here. Let's see if we can see that. Just put it down like that there. Okay. And can we see evidence of that? Not really. Well, you can see it's been filled in quite well actually. There's no obvious gap. A bit hard to show. Bit of a gap maybe at the top you can see on both sides. Seems to be a bit less at the top as you're looking at it at the top there. But the nubbin's at the bottom there. Let's see. So the camera pouring out a bit. Quite a liquidish camera. Quite a thick camera, but liquidy to an extent. But it's quite viscous, even though it's a liquid. A bit that dropped off there. Not runny, but it's runny-ish. Yeah. Alright, there we go. So yeah, quite a thick, there's no real air pocket there. I think the air pocket, if anything, was at the top here. You can just see a slight gap at the top there, can't you? Not bad, quite well filled. I suppose quite caramel-like. Not too bad at all, yeah. Alright, well, I think we need to give these a taste. Let's lift myself up, give them a go. Let's do it. Okay then, I'm going to give these Thorntons Pearls Salted Caramel Sensation a taste. I'm quite excited for these ones. Yeah, my sister asked if I'd reviewed these actually, and typically I hadn't. So I thought, yeah, but I had them in the backlog, so I've got to get these reviewed actually. So here we are. So we're going to start with a whole one. We just opened one before. We've got like a pull tab or something on. It seems to open easy from one direction. And there's nothing obvious, but it just seems to open quite easy. Yeah, I think, yeah, you can see here there's actually, like, I don't think it won't make this out, it'll focus in well enough, but it's just a slight tear. Yeah, there, you can just see it there, can't you? And it just opened quite easily. You can't open very easy otherwise. There we go. Right, so this one's got an inverted nubbin actually. The other one I opened before didn't, so let's just see. Let's open another one just to see what the norm is. Alright, so the one I opened, okay, yeah, we opened one and it's typical, isn't it, that really? Most they seem normally have like an inverted nubbin, so we're quite lucky with the other one. But then the caramel on the other one did seem to have a bit of a gap at the top, so maybe when this pushed the caramel a bit further up, the nubbin's not always the same size. So alright, it could vary, of course. We'll open one more just to check for science, of course, for science. Yeah, so they all seem to be mainly like that, I guess. I'm just a bit lucky to get that one with the sort of like the outie basically, rather than any. It wasn't full to the brim with caramel, so maybe this one is. But let's give it a bit of a chop actually, just to see. Yeah, just chopped it in half. You can see there's still a bit of a gap at the top actually. I don't know, they're quite relatively well full, but you can see the gap there clearly at the top. It could be that it's just been pushed down by my knife. There's no gap on this side, obviously, so hard to say. But yeah, not sure. Alright, let's give a whole one a taste. Seems to be quite solid chocolate, so let's give it a go. Let's do it. Nice nice crack to the chocolate, but not sure about the salted caramel. It's very toffee-like. Well, not toffee, it's very treacly. It tastes quite sort of burnt. It's quite a burnt taste to it. Yeah. Rather than salty, it's more, I say, sort of like a treacly taste to it. Yeah. Not so sure. Tastes quite. Yeah. Not sure about these ones. Yeah, and the caramel just tastes a bit. It just has a bit more of a burnt taste to it rather than the salted caramel taste to it. Really, it tastes a bit more treacly to me. They're not bad, but they're not what I was expecting at all. But it's definitely more of a salted caramel taste to these. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. The chocolate's okay. It's quite thick and quite crunchy. There's a lot of crunch to it, but you don't really taste it because of the salted caramel. Well, it doesn't really taste like salted caramel, really. I'd say more just like a treacle taste. They're alright, these, but I don't know. They're not really. Yeah, they're not really much of anything, really, for me, these ones. I mean, you know, you get like a salted caramel Twix or something like that, which gives you a lot more tastes and textures and more of a salted caramel taste. You get like even these salted caramel intrigues, I think, were a bit more interesting than these ones. They're just, yeah, they're just okay, these ones. Don't know, not really. Yeah, I don't know if it's just mine, but the caramel tastes a bit thick as well, a bit rather than smooth, it's a bit sort of sugary. As well, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too keen on these ones. I think they're okay, but yeah, they're not really lighting my fire at all. They're really not doing it for me, these ones. I think they're just very. The chocolate's okay, but so you can't taste it. The caramel on the inside, it doesn't really taste salted caramel, so it just tastes a bit treacly, really. As I say, that sort of burnt toffee type taste. And so it's relatively liquidy, but even the caramel itself is quite thick. I don't know if it's just mine or not, but I had a couple of them. I don't think it matters. I think it's the taste would still be the same. So yeah, a bit disappointing these ones. Say, chocolate's nice and thick, gives you a really nice crack as you bite into it, but you can't really taste it because that caramel taste just overpowers everything. But there's no real salty caramel taste to the caramel either. And it's honestly quite a burnt caramel taste, a bit more treacly than anything else. Yeah, I don't know, not too much of a fan of these ones, I think, for me. And there's lots of nice chocolates out there. I don't know, I feel like these ones are quite, yeah, they're just, I think there's a lot more out there that's very similar to this. And over the years, you know, maybe in the past I would have given it a 3 or 4, maybe, you know, because I've tasted so many similar things now, and so many things do this better and have more interest about it. I'm not even sure I can really give it a 3 out of 5, because I feel like I can't just really give everything 3 out of 5, and I feel like this is quite a below average product, really. Difficult one to say. I feel like there's just not much going on with this at all. I mean, like, you could review a Mars bar or a Kit Kat. You've got quite a lot going on there. They're quite normal, but you've got, like, you know, the Kit Kat, you've got the way for the Kit Kat itself, the fact that it breaks and there's a bit of something interesting about it, and it's quite nice generally, and it hits the spot. You know, there's this one, and you know, a Kit Kat you might say I'd probably say is a 3 or 3.5 or something. So this one doesn't really do anything that's like a Kit Kat. On a Mars bar, for instance, it's got the nougat, the caramel and the chocolate and things, a bit more interesting. I'm not sure it's a great bar Mars bar, but that would probably be a 3, 3.5 out of 5, probably a 3. I don't think these are as good as that, really. So I think for me, yeah, because of that, as I say, not as good as a lot of regular bars out there or chocolate products. Doesn't really taste salted caramel like at all. It just tastes sort of like burnt caramel, really, like treacly to me. You can't really taste the chocolate, you know, because it's just overpowered by the caramel as well, that caramel taste. There's a lot better out there. Yeah, and for the price of what these are as well, probably should really be a 2, but given the benefit of the doubt, 2.5 out of 5. Okay guys, so enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, check out the YouTube Mode program, great to support the channel, really is, and check out Discord server as well. That's also a great way to keep in touch with myself and the community. Link for those are in the description. Click on one of the links that's appearing on the screen now. If they're not appearing now, they will do shortly. Great to support the channel, that, and yeah, keep watching my stuff as well. Hopefully you find something of interest. Leave a comment or free, always great to hear from you, always do my best to reply. Have a great day as well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching guys, take care, bye for now. See ya.